another episode of The Grooming Guru. Today we have Missy, our very special little thoroughbred. She's going to be our supermodel today. Hey girl, you ready to be in the limelight? We are heading into fly season again. The weather's turning and we all need to have a little bit more knowledge on fly spray and fly sheets. So we are going to be using our best fly sheets. We also have them available in the budget fly sheet, and we're going to just show you how to fit it and make sure that it fits properly so you limit your damages to your blankets, as well as just chat about a few fly sprays that we stock at Blue Steel. The Equeworld fly spray is a great product. It is available in many different sizes. The bottles do come in bigger sizes and actually smaller sizes, so you can also make it last a lot longer. This product can also be used not only in the stables but also in the house. It is a great repellent for house flies, stable flies, little stable midges. It also is great for ticks. So the 1 liter comes with a little nozzle, which you can obviously then spray the product onto the horse, or you can spray it onto a sponge or cloth and wipe it on, because some horses don't like the spray sound. The next fly spray I have is the shoe fly spray, and this is a great product. You can use it on dogs and horses. So when you use it on dogs, for an example, you spray, if you can see my 2 little ones over here, hey George, you spray it on a cloth and you just wipe it around their ears and behind their ears, and that is mostly where the flies gather on dogs. So, and then you can also wipe it along their body. It's just really important to make sure it doesn't go in their eyes. On the horses, you can spray this mostly on their legs. If your horse has got a blanket on, so legs are always the ones that are open to the flies, and it is also where the flies do gather. So legs, and like I said earlier, you can either spray it on, like this, the shoe fly comes with the spray nozzle on it, or you can take a cloth or a sponge and wipe it on if your horse doesn't like the sound of the spray bottle. Tabard fly spray, I'm sure all of you know the word Tabard because you also get it in for humans against mosquitoes. And this product is a great product for flies, house flies, stable flies, all sorts of little flies, ticks, as well as the dreaded mosquitoes. As most of your fly sprays, this product can be either sprayed on or wiped on. It can be used on the stable walls. I mean, if you don't have a sponge or a cloth, you could also spray the product onto a grooming brush and just brush it on while, just before your horse goes out. And yeah, like I said before as well, the legs are the most important part, shoulders, and also on the doggos, just behind the ears. Really important thing to keep in mind when you are using fly repellents is to make sure that there is no food lying around and you manage to spray the food with fly repellent, because obviously it is like a poison. So make sure in the stables that there's no food lying around, and if you are making use of it in your house, also make sure that there is no food lying openly around. When you're making use of it on the animals, just be careful of their eyes because it will burn, and also their mouth area. Fly repellents can be used anywhere and everywhere, I suppose. You could say everywhere, just not the food and the eyes. Stable walls, and also like boxes and blankets that are lying around where the flies like to gather. That is a great spot to start. And also the horses, they really do struggle with the flies, and it's really irritating. I mean, you as a human, when a fly sits on you, you brush it off, and if it keeps coming back, you get so irritated by a fly sitting on you. So just keep a think about your horses, or keep a thought about your horses. And you know, if a fly irritates you this much, imagine having like 50 flies on you. Now to get to our next fly repellent is our Blue Steel Equestrian Flysheets. They are awesome. We have two types. We have the best Flysheets and the budget Flysheets, and soon we will have our blue Flysheets back in stock, so we can't wait for that. But for now we've just got our best and our budgets, and they are awesome products. The horses love them, they last, and we want to show you how to fit them so that we can help you make them last longer. The Blue Steel Flysheets come in a bag. They all have their own little zip bag, which is really nice to keep for storage. So my awesome groom, Charles, those of you who haven't met him before, he is going to help me because my foot is still broken, not functional. So he's going to help me fit this blanket, and this is also Missy's first time on the camera, so she still needs to learn a few manners. Okay, Charles. Blanket and you try on a blanket, go back to our old Grooming Guru videos of how to measure and know what size your blanket is or what size your horse wears. I know that Missy is a 135, so I have got a 135 blanket prepared for her. Okay, Charles is going to put the blanket on. We haven't measured the straps yet. He has just undone all the buckles. Now, very important thing to know when you are doing up a blanket is to always do up the front buckles first. Because if you do the tummy buckles or the fillet straps first and your horse gets a fright and runs away, that's if you're not locked in a stable, your blanket will be, what is the nice word to say? Irreplaceable. So when doing up the buckles, you want to make sure that the blanket isn't too tight. Think of it as putting a pair of jeans on with a belt. You don't want the belt too tight that it's squishing your stomach, but you just want it there. You don't want it to be really tight, and you don't want it to be really loose either, because then it doesn't do its job. So we have made sure that there's enough space here for her shoulder to move. And also, you can see I haven't made it the tightest at the top, but because the bottom, it is narrower at the bottom, it is a little bit tighter there so that it doesn't flap, and also so that it doesn't get hooked on anything. The same goes with her neck piece. It is not pulled too tight. Missy, I can put my hand in there so it gives her nice room to be able to go down and graze. Okay, now we're going to measure out her belly straps, and once again, also think of it like a belt. You don't want it too tight, but you also don't want it too loose. With the belly strap, we are just measuring. Like you can see, Charles measured, it was a bit short. It's also important to crisscross the belly straps because it just gives the blanket that good support around the tummy, so if they do gallop around and play in the camp, the blanket doesn't slip. Okay, Charles, let's make that one closest. Yep, that one a little bit longer, so looser. There we go. Perfect. All right, as you can see, it's not too tight, but also it's not dangling down at the ground. And also another really important reason why the belly straps aren't so loose is so that when they roll, or if they lie down for an afternoon nap and when they get up, they don't get their legs caught in the straps.
And then here, make sure it's line because it's put the splitting blanket.
Very good, Charles. So thank you for that, for a reminder. Charles gave us a very good pointer. Okay? Yes, good girl. These straps on her neck, they've got quite a strong Velcro. So when you take the blanket off, or when you actually put it on as well, make sure that you align the straps with the Velcro evenly, because what happens is the Velcro grabs the fabric and it gets stuck on the actual fabric of the flash sheet gets stuck on the Velcro, and then it pulls a little bit and makes it look quite messy. Okay, Charles, we're not done yet. We've still got the fillet straps, so the straps at the back legs that we need to adjust and make it fit. So they are clipped underneath the blanket, so that's how they come. I left them up. I didn't undo them before we put them on because I didn't want them to dangle in the water. So Charles is going to make sure that they are the correct length. I'm not too sure if you can see. And these don't specifically need to be crisscrossed. I think it's also personal preference. But also important to remember not to make them too tight, and it's also very pointless having them on when they are very long, because then the horses can get their legs stuck in it when they lie down for a roll or for an afternoon snooze, and then when they get up they get their legs caught in it and rip the blanket.
There you go.
There we go. Charles has decided to do a crisscross one there, and like I said, it's personal preference. Thank you, Missy. Oh my goodness. Do you like being in the limelight or not really? Do you want to leave that up to your brothers? Hey? She's just a bit hangry. It's lunchtime. So that is how you fit a fly sheet. And like I said, you can fit it like this with the best fly sheet, the budget fly sheet, and our soon to be in stock, the blue fly sheets. And it is really a great product. It helps keep the sun off of them, because the sun can beat down on them and also fade their coats. So it's a good evasion from the sun as well as the flies. So at least their bodies are covered and they don't have their flies sitting on them everywhere. So get your Blue Steel fly sheet from Blue Steel Equestrian online or in store. Our online shop is at www.blue-steel.co.za, and you can also get your Flysprays from our web shop as well as our retail store. So now that you know that we stock all these awesome products for flies, and make sure you get your horses ready for summer and get your stables ready for summer as well as your house, because the flies do tend to move on over into the house. And yeah, let's get summer ready.